good morning, welcome back to me, welcome back to my channel. It's True Blue Thai here from Thailand. Hope you're doing well. It's one Khan here in Thailand, which is Tuesday, and it's a rainy day. It's a rainy day, another rainy day. What's it all in Thailand? Excellent for running. And unfortunately, I've done my Achilles, my calf. I think it's a minor one tear, or one or 1+1, etc. I can walk in it quite easily. Every so often I get a bit of a pain. Done a bit of massaging. I'm not quite sure exactly which one it is of the the calf which is injured. But I don't get any pain, etc. And I can walk quite freely on it. But every so often, etc. It's around that area there. If anybody knows anything about it. But yeah, it's a shame really, because I would love to have gone out and run today. So I want to see how many big boys are out there running today, eh? Hey, I want how many guys walking around, running around without their t-shirts and the sunglasses and the caps, the music in, you know, and up and down the Pattaya beach. Ooh, look at me, ladies. There's not many out there today, I swear to God, right now. Anyway, guys, I hope you're doing well. Anyway, so I'm happy because we won. We won. Contrary to the mainstream media, Manchester City won, and I knew I saw Ben Jacobs on Sports Bar, for instance, and he his statement was a little bit different from what he said originally. Carly Solakos on Sky Sports News said basically, to this stupid girl, who haven't got a clue, treated her like some kind of loser, you know, well, she probably is, or whatever, some idiot, to say that, for instance, she doesn't understand this complicated situation. And it's not complicated at all. It's simple. So surprised Jimmy Penny didn't get it. What a shock. Honestly, right. Oh, for me, why I'm so delighted. Now, and people have said, well, City caved. No, they didn't in any way whatsoever. This is the game of poker, right? Just like the 1-1-5 crap and everything like that. It'd be a game of poker. The end of the day, you've got to look at the big picture, and it's all about the big picture is the red cartel. The red cartel is Liverpool, Arsenal, United, Chelsea in there. No, not Chelsea, not quite. And Spurs. And Spurs in there for some strange reason. I think it was under Levy. Anyway, so they want what they had previously in the 90s. Okay. And so, for instance, and the likes of Manchester City coming along, it was all whoa, and Chelsea, whoa, you know, these billionaire owners coming in. This is not going to work. Pep's only going to stay one day. Oh, the rain started again. And yeah, so for instance, and what's happened is, it's clear, is the fact that Man City have come along, and then we've knocked them off their perch. So United have, basically United were on the way down anyway. So so for instance in Liverpool, etc. And Man City now are in the conversation. Man City are in the one of the main competitors of them, and so they are scared. What happened is that, for instance, when Newcastle got taken over by the Saudis, that they actually turned around the red cartel and went, whoa, and you saw in an email, we need to bring in new rules to stop Newcastle from spending money like Manchester City, and for us to lose more of our market share. Or not market share, because they were all, the red cartel was always in the top four, changing places a little bit, blah blah, to be able to spend how much money they've got, la la la la. You've seen with Liverpool this season, it's 400 million, no worries, want to keep it, and then the likes of will pat on the head of the other teams. But we want Arsenal always wanted to qualify for the Champions League, whether they win it, who cares? United, Liverpool battle for the top, so for instance, and then Spurs trying to muscle they win it for some way. Anyway, cut a long story short, so they got their pit bull, Mr. Master Dick, in his trying to be the better, look at me, I'm the hard man of the Premier League, trying to use the pit bull to make up some kind of associated party transactions to come along sorry guys, to come along and to make up for instance laws, associated party transactions. So big, like Etihad, when Etihad first took over Man City and pumped all this money in, that, for instance, it wouldn't be happening again. So what happened was, they didn't. They're going to get the Saudis are going to pump all this money into Newcastle, and then the Newcastle will be able to spend as much money they like. So they brought on these new, because they bought the original Manchester City's transaction. The original Manchester City's. Thank you. The original Manchester City. Thank you. Yeah, there you go now. The original Manchester City's deal with Etihad Airways was inflated. So the idea is to Manchester City. So if Newcastle bring in with a massive Saudi, to back Newcastle, they'll get the same thing. Anyway, so what they did is that, well, they're bringing the a.p.t, the a.p.t, the Associated Power transaction, and then the Premier League will overlook at all these deals, and anything comes along which they don't like, right? They'll just push it by. But what they'll do, they'll tick all the Liverpool United deals. Oh yeah, no worries. And then tick and kick away Manchester City's deals and Newcastle's deals and blah blah blah. If you don't like them, again, the rich get richer, poor get poorer. So what happened is when Man City got the deal for Etihad, new deal for Etihad Airways and the bank, etc., and another company as well, they turned around and said, no way, we're not having this. So then, and this is the problem is when they brought in these deals, to all the Premier League clubs, Newcastle voted for the Associated Power transaction. Man City didn't, but Newcastle voted for it. So anyway, so they voted for the stupid Associated Power transaction. I don't get that. Then what happened was when they denied Manchester City deals, Man City said, well, screw this. This is kicking out free market choice and blah blah blah. So we're going to take you to court. So Man City took them to court and won. Now, when you listen to the likes of Solika and Sky Sports and blah blah blah and parts of Jim White, Man City only won a fraction, only won a bit, only won a small of the rules. When you listen to Martin Samuels, who did a piece in the paper, I think it was the Times or the Telegraph, he said, like Stephen Burson said, Man City won significant more because it meant that the Associated Power transactions was illegal. They call it unlawful, but lawful, illegal, whatever. It's illegal. So then the Premier League said, oh well, we've only Man City's only won a few things. Bullshit. We want to. They had to change the law on associated party transaction. So that's what's happened. And so what they did, they brought in a quite quick revise of the law and then set it to the vote again, and the Premier League passed it again. The other teams passed it again. Why? I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't. So, for instance, again, all Premier League clubs look after themselves. Why is Burnley, Brighton and Brentford are passing it? I don't know. It must be, they get strong arms. I don't know. Bullied or something or whatever. It must be something. Anyway, so what happened is Man City said, okay, we don't like these rules, so we're going to take you to court again. But this time we're going to enclose these these loans, which you'll get which teams are as part of the associated party transaction. We're going to include those. Now that is Manchester City's bluff. That's Man City's thing, because who has all these loans? These thingy loans, etc. There's a word for it, but I can't remember right now. But it's who has a lot of these loans? Spurs, Arsenal, the Red Cartel, basically, right? So they said, right, we'll take you to court and we'll complain about these loans, these shareholder loans. That's it, the shareholder loans. And we're like, because a lot of Arsenal get money from so we'll include that in the deal. So Man City said, right, we'll take that. Stefan Burson and the likes of Simon Jordan also told the Premier League to hold off in this revising the rules, because they knew that if the same judges but go for Man City again, then, for instance, that's, it could be absolutely very bad for the Premier League. It looks very bad for Master Dick and his mates. So what happened was that when City, because it's City's interest, right, to get our deals through. We don't give a shit about Newcastle, right? We only care about getting our deals through, and our deals were blocked. So using this shareholder loans, knowing that it affects the likes of Arsenal and the other red cartel clubs, that would affect those. That Man City use that as a bluff and say, listen, we're going to challenge that as well in court, knowing that we won the first one. So, for instance, why don't we win the second one? So the Premier League would probably turn around to Man City and went, so the red cartel turned around to the Premier League and said, oh Christ, if we lose that, we could lose our shareholder loans. Oh, okay. And then, so they've done a deal with Man City. All right, okay. And then they would say Man City's settled. Man City is not settled, they kind of come into agreement. Okay, you vote for our revised a.p.t, right? And we'll allow your sponsorships to go through. Okay, which is Manchester City's idea in the first place. So Man City's goal was to get the sponsorship through, to which now we've done it. Okay, we'll get them done. So they'll be passed, they'll be pushed through, right? So, but the AP and then the Premier League now will claim victory, because they will say, oh well, and Carly Solokoff and lie and talk crap, and the likes of that guy on TalkSport just then, he was saying, well, the Premier League have won, but the mainstream media and the red cartel will tell you that the Premier League won, but they didn't. Man City won. Manchester City won, and the reason why Man City won is because we got our sponsorship deals through, right? We've achieved our goal. We've achieved our goal. We won, right? The mere fact that the a.p.t, and if it comes across and we put in a more deal, well, we'll take the bloody Premier League to court again. At the end of the day, they're messing around with Manchester City, and Manchester City have won again, right? The Premier League. Bring on this 1-on-5 crap. Yeah, I'm ready for a fight. But Man City won the a.p.t. Simple as that. Sorry, this thing, because we achieved what we wanted to achieve, which is to get our deals through. Okay, and we threatened them, and also with the shareholder loans, we'll bring that in, and as we've won with the same judges who backed Man City before. Okay, and the Premier League went running scared, and now they've done a deal with Man City. You can put your sponsorships through. We'll allow those. No worries. Before, the Premier League said no, the Man City sponsorship was illegal. Man City sponsorship was too far. No. We're not having Man City's new sponsorship, £1 billion sponsorship for the Etihad Airways. No. And now they're saying, yeah, they're okay. Eh? And are you still going to get the red cartel saying, oh well, that was Premier League won. Man City won. Because we got our sponsorship deals through. The ones which were blocked by the Premier League in the first place, okay? That Etihad deal, which was, because the Associated Party transaction was designed to stop Man City bringing in another massive deal, and like I said, Saudi bringing in for Newcastle, right? Suddenly they turned around and said, well, that deal, which was we blocked and said that's not going to happen. Now it's okay. So who won? Who caved? All that Man City had to do is say, we'll okay your we'll okay your Associated Press transactions. But at the end of the day, Man City has got their sponsorship deal through, which was our goal, using threatening to take the Premier League to court, and threatening to bring in shareholder loans in it. Okay, who won? Who won? Manchester City. That's who won. Anybody says anything different is a bullshit liar. Absolutely, 100%. Man City's goal was to get through our sponsorship deals, and we've won. Simple as that. For anybody to say anything different is a bullshit liar. You want to God say the Premier League won. Premier League got some kind of crumb of comfort. The Red Cartel have got some kind of crumb of comfort because they don't have their shareholder loans are not going to be exposed as being unlawful, to which they are. Shareholder loans are unlawful. Okay, and the Red Cartel, for instance, have shareholder loans, and Man City played poker and we won. Okay, we're the Casino Royale, we're James Bond flicking over the lap card, the straight flush, full house. Manchester City won. a.p.t. So ha ha ha ha ha ha ha. Bring on the 115. Can't wait for it. Honestly, can't damn wait for it. Anyway, guys, happy days. Sorry about the rain. But there you go. Other news. İlkay Gundogan, for instance, has still got a chance to stay at City. Come back to City by the looks of it. After his career's ended. Which is great to see. I think he'd be a great coach. I think he loves City and I think he would love to come back. Other news, for instance, Ortega, for instance, could stay at City until January because unfortunately we can't get a club for him really. I think he was going to Trabzonspor, but unfortunately, and United with Onana, mess up. I've messed up there. So, for instance, unfortunately, Trez will probably take Onana rather than for instance, Ortega, which is crazy because I would have Ortega any day of the week and 4 times on Tuesday. So got a mic. I started getting mics. I think I might do things a bit more professional. I don't know whether this will be good enough. I'll say about getting different mics. I've checked the sound quality. I don't know if anybody wants to tell me about the sound quality. Is anything good? I know it's not great because of this rain, but unfortunately this is it. We live in Thailand, for Christ's sake. This is the rainy season, and when it rains, we'll have a couple of days of rain, and that'll be that. So, for instance, and then the rest of it's sunshine. So great touring, but it's still 26, 27 degrees, regardless. And so it's still warm. It's cool for me, cool, very cool. But other than that, so don't really know much any more news. Wilson Esperan's gone out on loan, I believe. Still listening to the Talking City Manchester News talking about the injury situation. Still don't know about Phil. Still don't know about Josko. Still don't know. So it's going to be a crossing fingers and wait and see. For instance, who's going to be starting 11 on Sunday. Sorry. But again, so the Racks have got their own problems. Newton-Heath, they've got their own issues. So what's it called, Nathan Mount and what's his name? The guy came off against Burnley with their lucky win. So other than that, guys, I'm going to leave you a true blue tie from Thailand. I'm going to have a beer, celebrate Manchester City's win. In the a.p.t, the Associated Park transactions has been caving to Manchester City. The Red Cartel is whimpering because Man City have got $1 billion deal through for Etihad Airways, plus our bank, etc. And the Premier League have learned a valuable lesson. Don't mess with Manchester City. You lose. True blue tie from Thailand. Have a good day.